What's up, guys? This is Wrestling Rant. I'm Frank, GI, Francisco, whatever you want to call me. Um, we're going to talk first about Stephanie McMahon. She got stopped by TMZ, and she was asked, will Chyna be inducted in the Hall of Fame? And she said that soon she will be. Um, Soon was not, it didn't sound definite to me. I think it was just one of those things where, man, you caught me. Now I gotta say something. So I don't. They try so hard to keep her out of the Hall of Fame. I don't see why they would put her into the Hall of Fame, except for the only reason, which is obvious, because she passed away, and they don't want to look like douchebags. So um, if they do induct her into the Hall of Fame, that's awesome for the fans. I just don't think it was. I just don't think it matters anymore. Wish you would have done it while she was alive. Was deserving of it, regardless of her of what she went through in her life. So that's my take on that. I think Chyna was a great wrestler. She was a amazing uh, woman as far as WWE is concerned. She was great. I mean, she was impressive. She actually made people pay attention to the women's division at that time. At that time it was more about sex sells. She had a body to go with it, but she also had the strength and could perform with even the guys. So that was something that would definitely uh, earn her right to be in the Hall of Fame. Uh, kind of like the not quite like the Ultimate Warrior, but pretty close. It was something where if it would have been done while she was still around, it would have been great because you would get to see uh, um, and feel that what she's wanted to feel, and that was recognition for what she's done. I think that's what the Hall of Fame is mostly about when it comes to the wrestlers or to an actor or a singer. They just want the recognition of someone letting him know, hey, you did great. We appreciate everything you did. Knocking her off and not giving her the opportunity to be in the Hall of Fame was devastating to her, and it was something that the fans didn't understand, and that's why they always took it back to where it was about her and Triple H's past. So you can't fault the fans for that when you don't put in the main girl into the Hall of Fame at the time. So, but anyways, that's where we're at with that. Hopefully, we do see her in the Hall of Fame just because she deserves it. Um, would I give you credit, you WWE? Would I give you credit for it? No, I wouldn't. I understand why you would put her in the Hall of Fame now, but hey, uh, good try, I guess. Now, Santino Marella, um, Alex Riley, Damien Sandow. We had King Barrett, Steph Colter, El Torito, Hornswoggle, and we had Cameron. They were all released from WWE roster. I believe King Barrett said that he had plans to leave anyway. He stated that he hadn't resigned with the company, and it was his contract was gonna expire in June anyway. So um, I guess he has some plans going for him. So that's good to hear. At least he's got something going after wrestling. Um, Santino Marella, he's already had his plans set out from the beginning when he first left. He is president and owner of Battle Arts Academy, which is a MMA gym. They train kids, women, adults, everybody. So and from what I've seen in the on their websites, and they have a lot of things going on. They have shows there. They have fight nights as well. Um, so he's doing pretty well, and I think he'll be fine. I don't think it was a big hit on the WWE. It was just more of something where the WWE needed to make some space for other players, such as the NXT players. Um, Alex Riley, I didn't really see him doing anything. He was injured a couple of times, and that might have affected his performance. I doubt that had the main factor to it. I just never saw that uh, he had found himself yet in as far as his role, his character. I don't think he ever did get to find his character. He looks like the if he looks like the Miz still, even with the beard. He looked like a big brother of the Miz. And sometimes when you're stuck there, that's where the WWE is gonna say, hey, I have to let you go. So Damien Sandow was kind of upset about this one because he's really good. He was a great performer. I never saw him make a mistake. Um, he always did pretty well. He was very funny and always kept the audience entertained and a lot of times involved. So he had a lot of characteristics that would have made him a good wrestler and one of the top notch wrestlers in the company. I don't quite understand why they didn't use him a little bit more. I mean, he could have even been looks like Hercules to me there, but he they could have worked with him. I think unless there's something in the background that we didn't know about as far as Damien was concerned, but yeah, he will be missed. That's one of those guys that will be missed in the WWE just because of his performance level and his entertainment level. Um, I think Barrett was hurt. I remember when he broke his shoulder. That was a Monday Night Raw, I believe. That was a live event 1 or 2 years ago. Um, he was great. That he's another character that um, they couldn't find a spot for him, even with this League of Nations. It was a terrible idea. And then I mean, if you're gonna have the League of Nations, um, why didn't you have Seth Colter in there with the people running the game? You know, Seth Colter, which was another one that was let go. He's actually going over along with Hornswoggle. He'll be going over to Global Force Wrestling. They don't have a contract with Global Force Wrestling that I know of so far, but they do have some shows that they're gonna be doing. Hornswoggle was entertaining, but I remember when he came in with Finley, it was really funny. I just think that it was another one of those things that they got old after a while and uh, they didn't know what to do with him. So Torito, another one that once he lost his teammates, what were they gonna do with a little bull in WWE? What were they gonna do with him? Where were they gonna put him? So that was that wasn't really a big surprise. Now Cameron, I always call her Naomi. I always get those two confused. Um, Cameron, she left after the Funkadactyls broke up, and she went over to the Orlando training camp, the performance center, and wanted to become, focused on her wrestling and hopefully become a diva. And that didn't pan out, I guess. I saw her a few times in NXT. I didn't think she changed much. She had, you can tell that she was learning some, but not much. Not anything that I saw that was, you know, wow, kind of a wow factor. No wow factor was coming out of her. She got a little popular with Total Divas, where she started the girl bye thing, and after that, she just disappeared into the fog that is the WWE NXT Performance Center locker room. So um, that's it's sad to see her go because um, just like JoJo, it's one of those girls that you kind of like and you hope that they would do a little better, and they're not bad on the eyes as well. So, but hey, that's the way it works. If you're not performing, if you're not bringing in fans, and if you're not entertaining the audience, you gotta go. Now, the only thing that I see happening right now is that there's a big change going on. And what I like to think of as a new era is gonna start. It kicked off when Shane McMahon came into the game, came back into the game. They're pushing PG to the limits, and they're trying to get as close to that edge of rated R as they can, which I think is a great idea. I really wish that they would get rid of PG. I understand why they have the PG, but um, that's also a hindrance to performance and the entertainment. So you don't have to go all sexed up like they were before in the Attitude Era, because it was the edge of rated R. So, but you can make rated R work on television just to a certain extent, to a certain level. Um, right now, there's just so much going on. I mean, Cena's got the shoulder injury. Nikki's got the neck issues. Seth Rollins had his knee blown. Who we had Randy Orton has been gone for a while. He had shoulder issues and a possible neck injury as well. Enzo with the concussion and payback. That was just unexpected, and but I was happy to see. He later tweeted a picture of himself with thumbs up, and hopefully I believe they're giving him 4 weeks or 4 to 6 weeks to recover. Um, Bray Wyatt has calf injury. Luke Harper, the ACL. Neville with his ankle injury, which was heartbreaking for him um, just before WrestleMania kicked off, which that had to hurt. Tyson with his spinal cord issues. Hopefully he comes back. I think the times that he was performing, he was excellent. Um, and I mean that's probably the saddest situation for someone like Tyson Kidd, who really 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 wants to become a superstar, and it's pretty much bred into it. So hopefully it comes to be something that works in his favor, and he can become a performer again and become a superstar like he wants to. Naomi just hurt her ankle. She's out too. And Tamina's got torn ligaments. Everybody's getting hurt. So the NXT crew that's being pushed over is doing great, and I think that's gonna help um, the WWE a lot. It's kind of bad for me to say it this way, but because so many people getting hurt, it gives the opportunity to the NXT players to come in, and they are showing that there's a lot of talent in the performance center, and there's a lot of performers and artists that are gonna do really really well. Uh, AJ Styles, I always give him a hard time because to me he seems slow. He seems like Chris Jericho speed right now, and I don't think Chris Jericho should be wrestling anymore just because he's so slow. He can just very easily get hurt with the wrong move. It seems to me like he's just getting to that line where it's time for the big R word. So, but with all of this happening, it's actually good for the fans because we're getting to see a new breed coming through, and Shane McMahon coming back. Um, Bray Wyatt, I really wish that they would just turn him into the next Undertaker and take over. Undertaker, I know, still in the game, but he needs to have someone where a disciple or somebody that can take over after he goes. And I think Bray Wyatt would be the best choice. But I mean, everybody's getting hurt left and right, and I think now with that happening, it's time for the NXT players to come in, and here's your chance. It's an open window. It's gonna close out if you miss it. Too bad. I mean, um, Enzo tried his best there. He was doing great. They were doing great. He got injured. It happens, but they're still going with them. So that's just a show of faith that hey, these guys are performing really well and the fans are really loving it. So I mean, look at New Day. New Day, when they first started, I thought it was the corniest thing ever, and I didn't think it was gonna work. Um, Now I love these guys. These guys are hilarious and making my kids dance and everybody throwing these jokes and like my kids don't understand most of them, but hey, I get them. But it's entertaining stuff. It's WWE. That's what it's all about, and hopefully we'll see more of that as days go along. I think John Cena is supposed to appear very soon. Um, I believe he's gonna be in Good Day tomorrow or in a couple of days. He's gonna be in Good Day, so that means he's getting ready to come in to the ring and perform. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is doing really well. I don't get that whole "I'm the guy" thing, especially how he says it so many times. It gets annoying. If he was a bad guy, I wouldn't like him because he just because of what he says over and over again. I'm the guy with the belts, and in order to be the guy, you have to beat the guy, and it's just like, shut up. Just wish a stunner would come out of nowhere, you know. But I do like Roman Reigns. I think he's awesome. I think he's gonna be great, but I don't particularly like this whole skit that they're giving him of the guy. That doesn't feel right when he pulls it off. When he tries to pull it off anyway. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think about all of this. What do you think about Chyna getting inducted into the Hall of Fame? How soon should it happen? Does it even matter now? What do you guys think about who all of these wrestlers getting fired? Who are you most upset about getting let go? And these injuries. What do you think about the injuries and Ryback? Do you agree with Ryback? Should everybody get equal pay, or should it be like it's always been? You let me know. This is Wrestling Rant, episode 2. Thanks for watching. If you like the show, subscribe. If you don't like the show, don't subscribe. Give it a like, give it a dislike. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time.